Welcome to this session. This session will talk about direction sense test. So quite regularly there is a weightage of 1 mark for this particular topic. Right. That's it about this particular topic. So mainly two things here. Knowing the directions. As you know, there are a total of 8 directions. So this is north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southwest, and southeast. So these are your 8 directions. Having a knowledge of these directions is very, very important. And as you know, even in seating arrangements, you would have learned. So for a person at north, this is his left side and this is his right side. And for a person at south, this will be his left side and this will be his right side. Knowing this is very, very important. And similarly for a person at west, so for a person at west, moving towards west, his left would be in this direction. So this is left, and for him this would be the right. Right. So you have to be a little careful. And while moving towards east, this will be his left and this will be his right. So knowing these things, you'll be able to solve problems. Next, the most all important one, shadow concept. I have been talking about this particular concept repeatedly. So it's a very simple concept. So if a person, if he is facing towards north in the morning, so morning what happens? The sun rises in the east. So your shadow will fall towards your left. And if it is in the evening times, the sun sets in the west. So your shadow while facing towards north will fall towards your right. Very simple. So if a person, if he is facing north, the morning times, so his shadow will fall to his left side. Whereas if the same person is facing north in the evening, his shadow will fall towards his right side. This is nothing but shadow concept. So in the same case, if he is facing south in the morning, so his shadow will be towards his right side. And if he is facing evening, if he is facing south in the evening, his shadow will be towards his left. Right? Now moving on to the questions. That is your PYQs. So in the year 2017, because 2015 and 16 had no questions. No questions from 2015 and 16 on direction test. And we had our direction sense test in year 2017, and this particular question was based on the shadow concept. So the question over here is during a sunshine day at 6 p.m. Whatever it is, rainy day, sunshine, whatever nonsense it is, the time is 6 p.m. Of course, during cloudy weather, if it is rainy weather or cloudy weather, difficult to have a shadow, right? So here in this particular question, during a sunshine day, so the sun is shining bright. Two friends A and B were talking to each other face to face, and B's shadow fell exactly to A's left side. So B's shadow fell to A's left side. That means the shadow is on right side of B. Okay. So during the evening, okay, it is evening, a person's shadow is falling towards his right side. That means B is facing north. So if two people are face to face, then A would be facing south. My answer is south over here. Moving on to the next one. to question year 2018. The question over here is Mahesh starts walking towards east. So he has started walking towards east and he has walked, and after walking 30 meters, he has taken a right turn and again walks 30 meters. Then he turns towards his left and again walks 30 meters. Right, great, fantastic. He again takes a left turn and walks 15 meters. So he has walked 15 meters, taking a left turn. And finally, he took a left and walked 60 meters. So this entire thing is 60, right? If you observe 30 plus 30. Now the question is, how much distance he has, how far and in which direction is Mahesh from his starting point? So from his starting point, this particular man over here, he has traveled a distance of 15 meters towards which direction? This is south, right? So my answer is 15 meters south. Moving on to next paper. This year 2019. This particular question over here, this is wrong question. We can avoid this one, right? Okay, right. Moving on. On evening during sunset, a person is standing facing a pole. So this is sunset. Sunset is in the evening always. Remember, right? A person is standing facing a pole. So there are no two people, only one person and one pole. The shadow of the pole fell to his left. So the shadow of the pole fell to his left in the sense the shadows, the pole's shadow is falling to the right of the pole. So if the shadow is falling to the right of the pole in the evening, so the pole would be facing north, or you can say the person is facing south, right? So the person faces the direction south. Same question with pole. Okay. So that shows how important shadow concept is, right? And move to year 2020. So if you observe here, there is a question like this. After walking 10 meters, 10 kilometers, a person turned right. So he has walked for a distance of 10 kilometers. You don't know in which direction. Let us say it is 10 kilometers in some. I am taking it as north over here. A person turned right and covered a distance of 5 kilometers. Then again turned left. So he's turning left and covering a distance of 20 kilometers. In the end, the person was moving towards south. Now, if you observe here, I started towards north and I am still traveling towards north. Right? What they are mentioning over here is the person was moving towards south in the end. In which direction did the person start his journey? I started in north, I ended in north. So if I started in south, I would end in south. My answer is south. Right? So these type of questions you can expect. Of course, apart from this, the question which I have striked off because the question was incorrect. So that particular question over there, I'll just give you an explanation. Okay, these are your 8 directions. So they say there is a shift. So for example, if they say, let us say this is north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southwest, and southeast. If they say that south has become northeast and north has become southwest, right? Then what would southwest become? This is the question. Now, if you observe here, if south has become northeast, that means there is a shift of 135 degrees. See, each one is 45, 45, 45. There is a shift of 135 degrees. Similarly, north has become southwest. So again, there is a shift of 135 degrees. In which direction? Clockwise direction. So what will southwest become now? Southwest, you just backtrack by 135. So what is the direction over here? East. So southwest will become east, right? So these type of questions, you need to be little careful. Of course, you know the directions, you know the shift in angles. And in case you don't know, we will be discussing about these things in detail in the non-verbal part. Right? Thank you very much. Hope this video helps.